Welcome to the Morning Talk with Lenora. Morning Talk. Morning Talk with Lenora.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Morning Talk with Lenora. And I've become surprised to say good morning myself because I have been ill. I've been sick. And I always talk about this chronic illness that I have. Well, it got chronic. And I ended up in the hospital with some pneumonia. And, it took me a while to get some antibiotic therapy. And I am so happy to be back home. So today, I thought I would let you in on a conversation that I'm having with my family. And the topic of the conversation is the 9 things I want my loved ones to know about my chronic illness. So I'll be back with that 9 list of things that I'm going to share with them. Thank you. Hey, let's get started. The first thing I would like my family to know is that the grief that I experience is ongoing. And it's a hard thing to come to grips with, where you are dealing with the loss of your independence, the loss of your physical strength that you had prior to diagnosis. I lost a career. I was a nurse for 25 years. I lost, a whole group of people. I no longer am able to interact with my former coworkers. So, sometimes, excuse me, I do grieve over that. I miss that, and I feel, out of the game. So, it is still a grieving process for me because it's, really hard to believe sometimes that I can't do some of the normal activities. For instance, I never realized how that mopping is strenuous. I remember when I was in high school, one of my part-time jobs after during the summer was I worked for the school. And I remember using those big mops that you put in a bucket, you twist around to wring out the liquid. Well, I couldn't do that now. I can't use a domestic mop. Not that it's heavy, but you get your shoulders in it. You clean your floor. That's energy. I mean, who knew? That's energy. So, number 1, our grief is ongoing. Oh yeah, and I want to say hi, Jonas. Grandma loves you. Every time I think about my career, I think about him because that's something that he always wants me to make sure that I share. So hi, Jonas. And I'll be back with number 2. Number 2, we think we let you down. I think that every time I have to go into the hospital. Because, I feel like they're cheering for me that, in their minds that, this is it. She's not going to go in the hospital anymore. She's well. We don't have to worry about her anymore. And because I don't want to let them down, I did what I did this time. I had been sick or feeling sick the whole time my son was visiting me. But I wanted to spend time with him so badly that I tried to medicate myself with over-the-counter medications. Even my daughter was here visiting from Greenville, and they were all in the house, and my grandson was here, and I just wanted to be so much a part of hanging out that, in between being up with him, I was laying down in my bed. So we did a lot of visiting in my bedroom. But I tried. So that's number 2. We think we let you down. So I'll be right back with number 3. Okay, number 3, our mood changes. Now, I'm not sure if that's your mood or your attitude. Well, being that, according to the zodiac signs, I'm a Cancer. I'm already moody. So, I don't know how to answer that one. But, I'm sure my mood changes. Sometimes I am up. I try to spend most of my time up, prepped, and, happy. But, sometimes life comes at you fast. And, it does make you sad. So I would have to agree with that. Those are the moments that I hope you, my family, can understand and kind of recognize in me that maybe she's having a moment. Like my daughter is really good at it. I think you're having a moment. And when I have these moments, I need you. This is when I need you to say, my youngest daughter is the best pusher in the world for me, because I like back out of things. I get a little timid, and my daughter's like, oh, come on with it. Like, stop being a punk. I'm like, and then of course I'm mad. Oh, you call it a punk. So, we do get in our moods, and we do need you to be there for us when we do. So, I'm going to be back with number 4. Okay, I'm back with number 4. And number 4 is we fear getting worse. I mean, I don't know anybody with Myasthenia that didn't fear that. I mean, because, from the outside and those who don't have knowledge of the illness or be misinformed may assume that, this is an easy ride. Oh, you're doing good and blah, blah, blah. But can you imagine that if you knew enough about your body and all the muscles in your body and where all the muscles are from your eyelids to your booty, down to your toes, your ankles and all this other stuff. You imagine that all those muscles turn to jelly. Now, not to mention, your heart is a muscle. You have muscles that propel your breathing. Those things start to get weak. Well, in my experience of having a myasthenic crisis, when my lung muscles are no longer capable of assisting me in breathing, and I have to depend on a ventilator to breathe for me, who doesn't worry about getting worse? Because that is worst case scenario, to the point that the machine can't even help you. So yes, it's in the back of my mind. During this hospital visit, I'm doing this mental check with the doctors, like, is it this, do we check this? Are we sure that I'm not having any problems with my muscles, since myasthenia is a neuromuscular disease instead of just worrying about the pulmonary? And they were really great. They kind of understand my fear to the point that one of my doctors said to me, you know what, you're just sitting there worrying. Yep, I was. I want to make sure that it doesn't sneak up on me or you miss anything. So, again, yes, we do worry about getting worse. So, I'll be back with number 5. Okay, number 5. It's hard to communicate our feelings. Now, I'm one of those people who say I feel. And a lot of things that I am emotionally driven at sometimes. I'm trying to work on that. But I do get emotionally driven. So, and I try to communicate my feelings, but it's really hard. And because especially with my family, and especially my immediate family, like my children, because during my darkest trials most recently, I really I look to their eyes for strength. Because if they worry, then I worry. So we work as a team where we lift each other up. I know that what I'm going through was serious. They know it too. But we can't break. Now, what that and communicating my feelings is I don't want to break that bond and that trust that we have, that how we work together. So therefore, for me, I can't talk to my friends because a lot of people, I feel, not necessarily everybody, but some people really don't want to hear it. I don't think always for a bad time, but you know what? Hearing about someone's sickness kind of challenges your own mortality. Then you still worry about your own life, and trust. I get it. I already told y'all I didn't sign up for this, right? I didn't. So here I am. So, I get it. So then it kind of hinders me from communicating my feelings. But now I get to talk to you all. So, and hopefully talk to someone like me who kind of, I'm talking to us, that, I go through the same thing too. So, we go through it together. So, yeah, I have reasons for having a hard time communicating my feelings. But I still go on. I go on to number 6. So I will be back with number 6. Oh yeah, I'm back with number 6. And yeah, this is a big one. We are confused about our future. Well, it is confusing. At a very big level and very small level. Like, from week to week, when you're not feeling so strong, you really don't know if you can plan something for Friday, Monday morning. If I can do this Friday, because I'm going to feel up to going to it. You don't know if sometimes when you're laying in bed in the middle of the night, how you're going to handle the next morning. And to extend that to next month after next, another year, 2 years. Heck, I have problems doing subscriptions for a year. I'm like, I don't want to do that later. So yeah, planning for the future. I have my own visions for my life and things that I want to do, and I'm a person. I'm really excited by the capabilities and the electronics and the new innovations of that I've been blessed to witness, from me doing this, from small cameras. For matter of fact, my son brought me a little small camera like this that I have to figure out how to use for my birthday. And I get excited by computers, and I get excited by what future innovations. So on the other hand, there are constraints placed on me where I have to calm myself down, where I can't get so excited because it actually affects me physically, my body, So therefore, I have to hold myself back, or I have to get some of the words of my youngest daughter. She's so straight up. Mama, your mind tell you stuff your body can't do. She's for real. Because my mind is like off the chain. I'm like on Mars right now. But I might be on Mars and I'm sitting in my doggone house, So yes, we do have constraints. So and we're very confused about our future. So family, I am living this chronic illness life. Yeah, I do. So I'm going to be back with number lucky 7. Okay, we have made it to lucky number 7. And the 7th reason, one of the things I want to let my family know about my chronic illness is that we worry about you because of our needs feel like a burden. I don't want to be a burden on anybody. I don't want to be a burden on my children. I don't want to be a burden on my friends. I don't want to be a burden on anybody. And so, because I think like that, I don't want to call people when I'm like not feeling good. I mean, my first choice is not to go in the hospital at all. Trust me. So, my mother is not particularly fond of me not telling them when I get sick. She expressed that through my sister. And my children always kind of know, because I tell them. And then, like this time, my son came to visit, and I tried so hard not to have to go to the hospital. I took a lot of medicines over the counter, trying to actually nurse myself. I did. And I'm not particularly fond of people sitting up in my room like it's a week. I mean, people not visiting me in the hospital, it doesn't matter. Because, I don't want you wasting your time. And I don't want anybody to feel like it's some kind of obligation. Because if you come visit me, of course I'm going to be happy to see you, but it needs to come from your heart. That's for anybody, You want people to do things from their heart. So, but I don't obligate people to do that. Because I'm like, I'm in and out that hospital. It's less now. I'm so grateful about that. But it does happen. I also, I try to do as much for myself as possible. I don't think it would be as a burden on the medical staff because they get paid for that. But it's good for me, to keep myself going. So I'm sure there are husbands and wives that go through it where they don't want to burden, each other, vice versa. Man with it, woman with it. Children with myasthenia, when they know that their family are going through maybe financial problems in reference to it. I'm sure because I am the one with myasthenia, I'm not sure how it would have been if one of my children had it and I had to go along with them, with all the IVs and, I've had a lot of pain associated with it and surgery. As a matter of fact, I wore my birthday shirt that I bought for my birthday. And I knew it was kind of, risque for me because I don't like showing my boobs like that. I just don't. And that's me. But even more so now that I have this scar from surgery and these areas where I have my port. So I was telling my daughter, I was like, I don't think, I think I'm going to put something under that. My daughter, this real lady. Mama, that's country. So I wore my shirt, and I wore it, and I wore my scars for people to see that those are my war scars. That, this is a battle for me. So I'm going to go to number 8 in just a moment. Number 8, we are grateful. And yes, we are. I'm very grateful. I've had some very good people that have come into my life as a result of, dealing with this illness, from doctors to clergy, I've had some friends that, have kind of stood by me with it. So yeah, I'm grateful. I am grateful for the visits I do get, even though I just said previously, I don't like to burden people. I don't know how to separate that. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for your visit, but I don't want to put any force on anybody to do anything. That's something that, I'm dealing with, I know. But I'm so grateful. I'm grateful to sit here before you. I'm grateful to live the life that I live that may not be, I've been told that they don't know what people told me that they don't know what they would do if they were in the same situation as me. If I was on the other side, I probably wouldn't know what I would do either. But I don't have a choice. I'm in it to win it. So, but I'm grateful for all the love and all the support And I am grateful. I mean, I'm so grateful. It is the thing that drives me. It is the thing that drives me. It's the gratefulness that there are actually people who actually watch me, and there are people who share my illness that have applauded what I'm doing. And that is more than I could ever ask for, So I am grateful about that. There are people who bought my book, in other countries, in another country, not outside in the United Kingdom. How about that? And so, wow, am I grateful. So I'm going to come back with our last thing, number 9. So if you hold on with me, I'll be right back, and we're going to close this show out. Okay, we finally made it to number 9. This is the 9th thing that I want my loved ones to know about chronic illness. And the last thing is, we are hopeful. I am hopeful. Myasthenia can go into remission, meaning that, we can go into periods where we don't need the medication, and, this wonderful creation, not just talking about myself, I'm talking about God's work here, could actually take care of itself and function as normal as possible. So I of course look forward to that. That's on my agenda. So, the symptoms lessen, and you were able to enjoy some of this life. I'm 8 years in now, and I am better today than when I started. So how could you not be hopeful? There is no cure for myasthenia. I don't have the option of getting a medication that's going to cure me, or I can't actually call myself a survivor. I am surviving. So, got my dukes up. Got my dukes up. So thank you all for watching, and to my loved ones, these are the things that I think about. I think a lot about you, and I think about how my illness affects you, and I'm trying to be the best at what I'm doing in my situation to include you in it. And I thank you for sticking with me, loving me, and seeing me through thus far. So to my loved ones, mwah. And bye, Jonas. Grandma, love you. You all have a great day, and thanks for watching. And please stick with me and subscribe, and watch what comes up in my future. I don't know. I just ride, wherever I go is where I go. Thank you. You all have a good day. Bye.